Hey everyone, welcome to my monthly opinions of the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book and franchise. As you can probably see my picture, or if my, I guess you could say the front background, if you will, right now is Sonic and Sally. These are two different plushes. Sally, of course, you know, I've told you many times, I bought online off of eBay a couple years ago. And Sonic, I recently got about a month ago at the Apricot Fiesta here in Patterson. Now, anyway, let's get to my opinions of the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book and franchise. Now, of course, the biggest news coming out of the comic book and franchise over this past week, as many of you probably know, is the situation with Ken Penders. Now, I did a video on this. You can see it on my channel. And in case you don't want to watch the video, go to Sega.com, the cartoons, the Sega.com message board forums, if you will, and go down to the cartoons and comics section. You will see information there. Go to bubbleking.com/forums. You'll see them there. To the Mobius forums at Sonic HQ, Saturday Morning Sonic.com message board forums, Fans United for Sat AM message board forums, and of course Ken Penders message board forum to find out exactly what I am talking about in the previous videos. Simply put, Ken Penders is suing Sega and Archie Comics, I guess, for damages and for copyrights to the characters that he says he created for the comic book when he was still on it. So if you want to look that up, like I said, go to those various message boards and forums and you'll see what I mean, or if you want to watch the video here on my channel. But that is the biggest news coming out right now of the entire franchise and comic. Now, as far as the issues go, I just recently, as you know, just did a review, 3-part review on 214, which I thought was a good conclusion to the Raining Cats and Dogs storyline, 2-part storyline, and a good kind of lead-in to the next storyline. As far as the other issues go, the issues that follow after the 2-part storyline with Rotor's Herd and everything in Silver and all that starting next month, the one that's really intriguing a lot of people, I think, is Sonic and Bunny. Now, of course, we know Ian likes to throw us off a little bit with his descriptions and everything, so we're not really sure exactly what's going to happen, but I don't think Sonic and Bunny are going to be fighting each other that much in the upcoming issues that they team up with. And I think that issue is 217 and 218, I believe. I don't think they're going to be fighting much in 218. Trust me on that. I don't think so. But the one thing that's really going to intrigue me, though, is finding out who exactly we are introduced to from Bunny's mysterious past. Because we don't know much about her, but Ian has said that we're going to find out about her this year. We're going to find out a little bit more about her background. So we're going to see exactly who pops up and what up out of that background. And we'll just have to see what happens there. And I believe that's scheduled to take place in October. So around October and November, that is going to be taking place. So that's sort of going into October and into November, sort of a good, very if you will, holiday gift for a lot of us to finally find out Bunny's mysterious past. So that will be pretty good. As far as the current storyline in Sonic Universe with Tails, I haven't really read the issue yet, or even read the second one yet, or the second part, but to me it sounds like it's pretty good. The one thing I like about this story arc, especially one little scene that a lot of fans, when they first saw the preview pages for this, kind of made their own gestures at. And that's when Bunny and Antoine were kind of questioning why Tails would say they would be bored when they would have stuff to do. And people kind of got that, and fans kind of joked around with that little scene right there. But anyway, it looks pretty good, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Overall, the upcoming stories sound good, and they sound like they're going to look good and be great issues, but we'll just have to wait and see. Now, another thing I want to talk about, of course, as you can see them in front of you, and as I showed you in this little scene in 214, Sonic and Sally. Now, Ian, apparently, despite how you might feel about Ian Flynn, is basically bringing these two together again. Now, some people might say it's just going to be another way of breaking them all off and everything. I don't think so. I think Ian is totally settled on finally getting these two together, but he's going to do it in a way that I believe everybody's going to enjoy, whether you like the pairing or not, whether you like Ian Flynn's writing or not. It's going to be in a way that a lot of people will enjoy. So, I think he's doing a great job giving us these subtle hints, these tender moments here and there like he did in 214. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I mean, if he somehow, and, I doubt seriously this would ever happen, but if he, along with Archie Comics, is able to convince Sega, hey, let us, marry these two off in the future and be done with it, then that would be enough proof to me and to anybody else that, he is willing to get these two together. Now, as far as the rest of the characters go, the one character that we had not seen in a while, we saw at the end of 214, besides Penelope, we had not seen Hamlin for a while. Now, I know this may sound crazy, and some people may say, oh, it's not really true, but I truly think Hamlin could be a traitor, a future traitor real soon. I mean, I just got this feeling. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think Ian's the kind of guy that would make that happen. Now, another character that I think is really going to get a lot of time in the near future is going to be Nicole. I really think so. I mean, Nicole basically got the spotlight, if you will, in the Iron Dominion saga in the later half of it. So I think that's just the start of something new with her. I think Nicole's going to get a bigger spotlight in the near future, and we'll just have to see what happens from there. One of the things that a lot of fans bring up at these message boards and everything is, one of them is, who do we think would be a great love interest? I mean, one of the questions that fans would bring up is, who do they think would be a good love interest for Nicole? And a lot of people kind of come up with their own ideas. Some are saying, oh, it's going to point towards Sonic and this and that. Well, I'm going to hit you with something right now. This may sound crazy, this may sound a little out there, but I think Ian Flynn is the kind of writer that if he wants to, he would put Nicole with Tails. There's no doubt about it. That would be Ian Flynn's kind of writing. He would do that. I could be wrong, but I think if he wanted to give Nicole a love interest, it would be Tails above them all. Just me. That's just my opinion. But I do believe Nicole is going to get a big issue real soon. It's going to get a big story arc heading her way. Because Ian Flynn basically came out and said on Ask Ian, which you can actually now find on YouTube, he's basically said that after 225 they're going to start slowly getting back into the longer links of the stories. So basically kind of take all the characters in another direction, if you will, with 225. So we'll just have to see what happens there, but